Just kidding, they weren't. I just wanted you to shut up.
Oh, okay. Are they live now?
Yeah, they're live.
Okay. Hi. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the LAN Party Podcast, episode 478.
That's not true.
Today is Tuesday.
Is it really? No, you're just guessing.
December.
478, that'd be a lot of weeks.
I mean, yeah, it's probably not 478.
But it is the 4th of December. Happy December.
Happy December.
I think it is now time to sell. I think we can now start saying it's Christmas season. It is finally December.
Happy holidays.
We have gotten
Christmas
through October. We've gotten through, Halloween and Thanksgiving and Black Friday and Cyber Monday. It is now safely Christmas season. I won't be upset if I start seeing people with little reindeer antlers on their cars and Christmas lights up above their porch and Christmas trees in their house. Any of you fuckers that put it up before Thanksgiving, I hope you burn in Christmas hell. What's going on, Nightwing? Welcome to the stream. Tyler, do you still have the link to chat?
Yeah, I have it up.
Okay. Is it still working? Can you see the chat?
I don't know. Somebody say something in chat.
Somebody has said stuff in chat.
Say something else, because I didn't have it pulled up at that time.
At that tome?
At that time. That tome.
So as the YouTube description discusses, unfortunately I can't really do descriptions on Mixer, and I'm limited to like 200 characters as far as my going live notification on Twitch. But today I kind of want to talk about because we weren't live last week when all this stuff started to break out and spread like wildfire. Okay, Nightwing sent something in the chat.
Nope, it's not working.
Okay, I'll send you a new link. There's this big debacle going on right now with a couple game developers in some poor business choices that they have made.
What the hell is wrong with companies and marketing nowadays?
It's
human relations. It's just kind of like not happening the way it should be happening.
It's like how can we maximize profits?
How can we shoot ourselves in the fucking foot and slash our profits literally in half and put our games on a 40% sale?
He's right,
2 weeks after they launch.
Yeah, I know. I saw the Walmart sales. Like, goddamn.
Apparently, Battlefield 5 is also at like 40%.
Yeah, it was. I think Battlefield 5 was like $30.
Yeah,
just recently.
It's Fallout 76% off. Get it? But
ha. Yeah. No, you don't have to go to Christmas Hell, Nightwing.
That's your opinion.
Just the people that start singing Christmas carols before it's Christmas time. That's the thing. I can't do Christmas music like 2 months away from Christmas because I work in retail. I have to listen to the radio all the time. And let's be honest, there's only like 10 Christmas songs
that are good.
And they're done by like 20 different artists.
Yeah.
After a while, no matter how many artists cover that Christmas song, it starts to sound the same every time you hear it.
Well, rip you, I guess you do have to go to Christmas Hell, if that's the case.
But first and foremost, when we start talking about, I know we've talked about Fallout a lot, and I know we've talked about Sea of Thieves a lot, and we're going to talk a little bit about Fallout today just because of this is kind of where the whole core of the discussion that I wanted to talk about today starts. But as many of you are aware, there is this big controversy going on right now, rightfully so.
Canvas
Baggate.
Baggate.
I think everybody's calling it Baggate, but essentially, Bethesda marketed the Power Armor Edition as with Fallout 76 to include a canvas carrying case
bag for the helmet.
When the product shipped, they had a nylon plastic bag.
Piece of shit.
It's really not that bad. I mean,
I'd be scared to put anything. I'd be scared to actually put the helmet in it just because it might poke a hole in it.
Okay, but let's be honest. Where are you going to be using the case for?
The bag, the case in point, the bag is like material-wise worth like probably 40 or 50 cents.
Yeah, it's not, and
it's, it's a cheap, thin nylon bag. And then everybody got very upset because they expected to get a canvas bag.
I don't know that that's the whole reason everybody got upset.
Somebody pointed out that was like, hey, I thought this was supposed to be a canvas bag.
So here's what happened. First off, I want to go ahead and point out, I got the Power Armor Edition, and I told these guys before the podcast, I didn't even know it was supposed to come with a canvas bag. I knew it came with a bag, didn't know it was supposed to be canvas. Bag didn't really bother me that much. And I don't think it's the fact that the bag is bothering as many people. It's how this whole situation got handled.
Yeah.
Somebody emailed Bethesda's support.
Leaving, by the way.
Oh, okay. Take it easy, Nightwing. We'll be here again till 5:30 Eastern time, so you decide to pop back on. We'll be here. Well, okay. So somebody emailed Bethesda's support, right?
And they basically said, that sucks.
This
Sorry.
is...
No, it was more along tough shit.
No,
Yeah.
it was something, I can't remember, I don't want to quote it because I don't know verbatim what they said, but it was something along the lines of, we understand you're upset about the quality of your bag. The one pictured was a prototype model, and we
decided it was too expensive to produce.
No, that was Bethesda's response. This person literally said, we don't plan on doing anything about it.
Yeah.
And that made people really angry. So then Bethesda's getting waves of complaints, and their support team came out and said, we want to make sure everybody's aware that the person that answered this email was in fact an employee. This is a verified email, but they are not contracted by us. We don't hire these people. They don't have all the information. Due to limited materials and cost efficiency or something like that, we won't be able to ship the bag, and we decided in pre-production of the collector's edition that we were going to go with a nylon carrying case instead. First and foremost, canvas, let's be honest, is not really that rare.
No.
Yeah,
Like, it's fucking everywhere.
And you don't have to have a really expensive weave for the bag. I mean...
And let's face it, it's made in
People
China.
would have been...
It's going to cost you like 20 cents more per bag. Maybe.
Yeah, people would have totally been okay with a cheap canvas bag as long as it was canvas.
And here's the other thing. I think people would have been okay with a plastic bag if you notified everybody.
Yeah, that, hey, due to manufacturing concerns, we've decided to switch to a nylon bag. People would have been fine with that.
But instead, you left all your marketing the same. You didn't email anybody who spent $200. And if you ordered it from Bethesda, you had to pay $55 in shipping. You're talking $255 for this collector's edition. No, I didn't buy it for the bag. Nobody fucking did.
Yeah, nobody bought it for the bag. The bag wasn't important. The helmet was.
But when you leave that marketing material out there, unedited, when you decided behind the scenes that you were going to change the product, now you've got what's called bait and switch. And that's illegal.
Yeah.
Very.
People are very, very upset about that.
Yeah, even though they have tried to fix it, they can still be fined.
Yeah, they can be. Now, here
Actually,
was the...
I think the European market, whatever commission is over them, is probably still going to fine them. The FTC, I don't know. They're iffy.
Now, so already now they're in hot water because of this situation. And their first response was, we understand you all are upset with our bag situation, so we're going to send you all 500 atoms.
Never mind, you're just going to hang out now, Nightwing?
For compensation.
Just chilling? It's okay. They're a worse place to hang out.
Yeah, there are. Today's actually going to be a very rich discussion. I don't think there's going to be a lot of dead air because we've all got a lot of stuff to talk about.
For once.
But... So their first solution was to post on Twitter. First off, to post on Twitter, not anywhere where people are guaranteed to see this. If you ordered the collector's edition, email us, send a support ticket, and we'll give you 500 atoms.
500 atoms.
$5 of fake currency.
That doesn't cost Bethesda anything.
Yeah, thanks. You just let me buy Boardwalk?
I can buy a fancy hat. But... So
thanks, I appreciate the Monopoly money.
They do that, and people fucking exploded. And
Just
again,
rightfully
so. I feel like trying to buy back people's favoritism by giving them $5 worth of free microcurrency. If you're gonna, I want at least half the value of the Power Armor Edition. If that's how you're gonna try and compensate me.
Yeah,
because 500 is not enough to buy anything.
Anything.
Really.
I mean, you can buy a couple of your little player icons, but that's it. So now they get in real hot water, and I feel like that was Bethesda's response, and then this whole canvas bag situation. So they decided a couple days later that they were going to take names and addresses and billing addresses, and they're essentially going to, for free, ship everybody a canvas version of the bag that was supposed to be included with the original Power Armor Edition. And I don't feel like that was Bethesda's decision.
I think that was their lawyers.
That was their lawyers going, guys.
We should really cover our asses here.
Yeah, it's like, fix this now. Because it was like, yeah, because
there were several lawyers like circling around in Reddit being like, there could potentially be a case for a class action here if you guys want to get together. Just here's my number. Hashtag.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
Those are some
free
smart lawyers.
And if,
Yeah.
and if you notice,
You're not. That's true, though.
And if you notice in their tweet, it's unapologetic. It is very straightforward.
Yep.
Which tells me legalese.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a thick podcast. 2
This.
C's.
That's 4 C's, Tyler.
Extra thick. What?
But
Are we talking about some thick thighs?
Well,
No,
and
podcast.
part of that you
Oh,
could
okay.
part of that you could attest to the 250 character limit that Twitter has. I mean, they have to fit the whole link in there, which, believe it or not, even when you bitly a link, doesn't shrink the link on Twitter.
Mhm.
I found that out by tweeting stuff for Sea of Thieves.
Really?
I'll tweet links to my forum pages, and I'll put like the forum page, and I'll tag a Sea of Thieves, and then I'll type like 10 words, and it'll be like, you have 8 characters remaining, and I'm like, what the fuck?
yeah. But even before and after that, it was like no.
But yeah, there was no apologetic. There was no nothing. So first and foremost, I'll just go ahead and let you all know I took the atoms because
Why not?
why not? I'm definitely taking the canvas bag, even though the bag didn't bother me. Now that I know that they advertised a canvas bag, I feel like they should definitely have to pay for that.
Yeah, do something about it. You know what I mean?
And another little bit that got people pissed off was, I mentioned this in Discord, they gave their YouTube influencers actual canvas bags.
Now, I don't have a problem with that, and I feel like that's getting blown out of proportion. Here's my biggest problem with that. They gave them canvas bags, and their response to not getting canvas bags with the Power Armor Edition was we were out of materials. So, I don't believe that you were out of materials if you gave people free ones. I don't care that the YouTubers and the streamers got a bag. It was a completely different bag, but I get why people are mad because they're like, we're out of materials.
No,
But
it's
those
like,
15 people just got free ones.
Oh, it's more than that. But the point is, like, yeah, it's like some idiot decided to save 20 cents and is now going to could possibly cost them millions in fines.
This will probably cover their asses so they won't get sued, but still it'll cost them probably thousands of dollars. And plus the game revenue is already costing them thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Probably millions of dollars.
Yeah, they may not have grounds for a lawsuit. They could still be fined, though.
Yeah.
So that brings me to my next point. I've had really heated discussions, and I kind of want to talk with, because all this aside, I still think you enjoy the game.
Yeah, it's fun.
Nate, I know, enjoys the game. I enjoy the game, and I feel like a lot of people are misplacing their aggression because of this whole situation. A lot of people are... I know that a lot of people are just targeting their aggression from Bethesda at the game. And while it is a Bethesda product, yes. And while it is a buggy Bethesda product, which shouldn't surprise anybody, it's a Bethesda game. The game had nothing to do with this. The game didn't do anything wrong. The game didn't cheat you. The game didn't lie to you.
I mean,
Bethesda
that's
lied to
kinda
you.
Debatable.
How did the game lie to you?
Not that the game lied to you. It's like some of the stuff that Todd Howard said at the E3 release, or whenever they announced Fallout. They said something. He said something along the lines of better render distances, better graphics engines.
Yes.
And some other things, which, yeah, I mean,
Those are all true.
but it
Render
runs-
distance is much better.
Render distance is much better, and the graphics engines, first off, anybody that says the graphics engine's not better is fucking retarded, because this is the first 4K supporting Fallout game. No other Fallout game in the past has been able to support 4K. So it's marketing. It's improved. The render distance is significantly better. Like, that is way better. You can stand on top of a cliff, and you can see out for miles.
You can see the entire map.
Yeah, you can. It is gorgeous. The lighting
And the map's
engine,
big.
the map is huge.
Like, if you're on one end of the map, you can see the scorched area from there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll step back and not talk about a game I haven't played yet.
Yeah, the lighting engine, they did say changed, and while it doesn't visually look different, it's smoother because now God rays don't bog down the engine so much. So they did make that better.
The rendering issue that I've seen people were talking about, I'm not even sure if it's a rendering issue, is people will be, well, it is a rendering issue, that's my bad. Things sometimes don't render right. Like, you remember how we had the invisible enemies?
Yeah.
That's what they're talking. They're not talking about the rendering distance or anything. They're talking about
Yeah. Which is a bug.
occasionally sometimes things don't render in when they're supposed to.
And I'm not going to sit here and preach that Bethesda is the all-knowing god of publishers and that they can do no wrong and that their game is perfect. Their game is plagued with bugs. And to be honest with you, I feel like it should have spent more time in beta because they said they were going to have beta to fix a lot of these bugs, and between beta and launch, none of them got fixed.
Or they fixed like 2.
But
Well,
here
that's what
is...
happens when you give yourself a week to fix them.
That's true. And guess who learned that lesson real well? Rare. Look how long they test patches now. Pioneers get sessions in their hands literally a month to a month and a half in advance. And we get new sessions every week. And they'll go, okay, try this, try this, try this. We know there's these bugs, we know there's these bugs, we know there's these bugs. See if you can break this. Try everything you can to break that.
Rare's a really good dev.
They are. And I know that they've...
Whoever was their publishing company for fucking Sea of Thieves should really...
Rare Limited is the developer, or well, they're the developers.
Yeah, I mean
think
the publisher. Whoever
Microsoft.
Microsoft's their publisher.
Okay, yeah. So Microsoft, for forcing the fucking deadline, should really go and fuck themselves, because Sea of Thieves has become a great game and probably is missing out on a lot of the player base that it could have had they waited.
Because so many people got burned out from
just doing the regular shit.
Exactly, and I think that a lot of game developers, especially Bethesda, because this is the first time they've ever done something like this, need to take it, like they need to take advice and follow the lead of companies like Rare. I have never once seen a company that has engaged its community as much as Rare has. And they listen, and they really do listen. They're not like those automated responses that like, oh, we hear your feedback and we understand, we'll consider it in the future. Rowboats. People wanted rowboats from day one. Rare's like, that sounds like a great idea. Let's make that happen. Ship customization. We wanted to change the cannons. We wanted to change the steering wheel. We wanted to change the capstan. Rare's like, sounds like a fantastic idea. We'll roll it out in the future.
Yeah, but I'm still wondering.
3-man ship.
Yeah, it's like everybody was complaining. It was like, you can't run a galleon with 3 people.
What did they do? They're like, you're right. Let's make a whole new fucking ship.
You know what else I'm still waiting on though? When are we gonna get that banjo?
He's not wrong.
I want that banjo.
I do want that banjo. They have said that the banjo's coming though, and they've also said that
I
ship
mean, I would
customization
expect
or
it.
like names are coming. But like the thing I like about Rare is they will actually listen to the fans. Like they listen to the people that are playing the game because first and foremost they know that without those people the game would literally be nothing.
Yeah, and talking about developers actually finally listening to the fans and stuff like that. Jagex, the guys who ran RuneScape, really learned that lesson because like half their player base dropped off when they drastically changed the game when no one asked for it to be changed. And so now they released the old school version of the game and also hold weekly polls and voting booths for everybody to go on and vote for new content and talk about different things. They hold basically what Rare does and talks about patches, patch notes, and updates and stuff like that. Keeps their player base informed. And they've done a really good job, and they've brought their player base back too.
I also enjoy RuneScape's live executions they do. You know what I'm talking about? The botters.
Yeah. Yeah,
you can watch
they
the
do
bot.
they
the
do
people
bot
who
busting. Yeah, they do bot busting streams where they fucking they recently changed it to where they can lock down anybody who's been flagged for like macroing and doing bots and stuff like that. Bring them all into a server and they kill them all one by one on stream just so people can see. And they're just like, well, this isn't actually how we do bots, but I mean, for the theatrics.
But I feel like, and Bethesda's learning. I will say that they are learning as they go. People were bitching about the stash limit. They're increasing it, and they have committed to continually increasing that limit provided the servers don't die. Which is a toss-up. But they've heard our complaints about, it was never really a complaint. It was a silent complaint. Like, I'd always thought about it when I was building, but I never really complained about it. When you're building your camp and plants and foliage are growing through your floor and shit.
You can bulldoze that now?
Next week, the patch will introduce the bulldozer effect that essentially when you place an item down, it will delete any items that are small enough that are potentially clipping through the floor or the walls. And they're going to get rid of the whole, if you join a game and your camp is on top of somebody else's, it just deletes your camp.
That's good. That would be annoying.
So they're listening, and I appreciate that. They
needed to do that, from the gates.
And I think it's a very big learning process. Rare wasn't the fantastic developer that they were right out of the gates either. And when they did the first, what update was that just utterly broke the game? I can't remember what that was. It might have...
Cursed Cannonballs.
It was the same update, but that's not what everybody was referring to. The game was, like, completely unstable when that patch launched. Like, people couldn't play. And everybody's like, guys, you guys have Pioneer testing. You guys have early access testing. You do in-house testing. You have test servers with thousands of players on the test servers, and you still rolled out a broken patch.
It's like, how did you not catch this?
And they learned from that. And I'm hoping that with this huge amount of backlash that Fallout got in the first week or two, that they actually learn, because they've already learned. They're doing a weekly update where they're going to talk about everything that's going on behind the scenes of Fallout 76. So hopefully...
Dude, we have the Dark Knight and Nightwing in the stream right now. We have Batman and Robin, dude.
Congratulations.
I'm just saying, it's pretty rad.
There's only like 2 good developers.
Except
right now,
one's on YouTube and one's on Twitch. So,
like, there's Rare, and there's CD Projekt Red.
Okay, I have no doubt in my mind CD Projekt Red's good, but we can't really judge them right now because they're not doing a whole lot.
Yeah, they don't have an active
Well,
service.
They're making Cyberpunk, but
yeah, but it's not an active service
it's not.
right now.
Yeah,
Like
well, because they take their
Huge
time
Fallout
on their
is.
games.
and I agree that's a good thing to do.
is it an MMO or a multiplayer-based focused game?
What, Cyberpunk?
Yeah.
They released 40 minutes of gameplay. I've only gotten the chance to watch like the first 5 minutes.
If it's not, then
another
it's
one?
not really in the same vein of critique as, supporting your game and your fan base while you... Well, I mean, I guess it is, but I mean, it's just like live games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you really notice a developer's commitment to a game and a multiplayer game, because that's when most of the feedback's going to be, because you're going to have a ton of people in the same game who you run into people and you're like, man, it would be really cool if we could do this and really cool if we could do that. Like raising your mug in Sea of Thieves, something so simple. People are like, this would be so cool because, you run up to the tavern and you have a drink with a couple crews that you were allianced with, and you say your toasts, and then you're just like, cheers.
Yeah, you do.
And you just start drinking. They're like, we need to be able to raise our mugs like hardy pirates. And
Still think there should be other alternative functions for items. I really want the bucket one to be a thing. Honestly, be pretty great. You press the alternate function button, whatever that is, left click, left trigger, whatever, and you put the bucket on your head. You can't see anything, but you can't get one shot from a eye of reach.
I
That'd
like
be
my
pretty funny.
idea too with the bucket.
What's your idea with the bucket?
Have you've seen the first Pirates of the Caribbean, right?
Maybe.
You know how they use
Why
the
maybe?
canoe to go underwater
Mm-hmm.
and they can like breathe inside of it. You should do it with the bucket. It's like a diving bell.
Oh
But you
my
can't
God.
see anything.
Yeah.
But you can breathe underwater. As long as you go in the right direction, you should be fine.
I mean, I know it's super unrealistic, but who cares?
It's a cartoon pirate game. What do you mean? You can sword lunge off the edge of a boat and get
Could you
halfway
just-
across an island.
Could you just imagine though, like a crew's trying to board your ship by doing that? Like you're in pursuit and they ditch, like it's a 3-man ship and they ditch one of their people off behind the ship so that they can try and board you, and they're trying to stay completely submerged underwater. And they imagine that they're in communication with their crew to tell them which way to go. Like the crew's like, you need to go left, you need to go right, and they have like when they're in the bucket, it changes their voice. They're like, which way do I need to go now? Right? No, I can't see anything. Do I need to go left or right? Meanwhile, everybody on the ship they're trying to board is like, what the fuck
they
is
just see-
happening?
Did you see the tops of the bucket sticking out of the water, moving around in confusion?
Should we shoot him? No, because if we shoot him in the head with the eye of reach, it won't kill him.
These have got to be the worst pirates I've ever seen.
But yeah, sort of to kind of loop it back around, I think a lot of companies, especially Bethesda, being that this is their first time ever experimenting with a multiplayer game, could really take a page out of Rare's book and learn how to adapt to the player base and listen and
Wow.
and
Impressive.
utilize the feedback.
Stop throwing coasters at each other, children. I swear.
You just made a grave mistake, sir.
If you want,
Oh, boy.
if you want to not die today, I suggest you stop.
Do you need to borrow my gun?
Got my own.
Nice.
First we're throwing around coasters, then we're knocking shit over. What next?
Hey, you dropped something.
What?
I don't know. It was a bunch of shit.
I know.
If only we had a video podcast. This would be a lot funnier.
No, because if we had a video podcast, I wouldn't be sitting where I'm sitting.
What are you talking about? It's the perfect spot,
No.
so nobody has to look at you.
Mm-hmm.
I think then you and I would have to switch seats.
I don't think so. Everybody wants to look at this. Let's be honest.
Anyways, speaking of bad developers, it has just been
And
recently
publishers.
announced, and publishers, that Battlefield 5 is down 63% in sales compared to Battlefield 1 the same distance after release.
Wow.
Not surprised.
Wow.
I mean, after all, EA did say if you don't like it, don't buy it,
It hurts me.
And they didn't.
and they didn't.
You
It
know what's
hurts
funny, though?
me.
Up until just the other day, I thought DICE was innocent. DICE might have shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, because they had their Christmas party where they were making fun
They
of
were-
all their fucking fans.
And posting it on Twitter. Like, they posted these pictures on their social media, and it was this big Battlefield 5 billboard. And first off, everybody that didn't like Battlefield 5 was running around with the hashtag #NotMyBattlefield. So, in big white letters on this big banner that they had, it said, hashtag everyone's Battlefield.
Oh my god. Talk about cringe, man.
And then they had all of the comments that people had said is a negative impact to Battlefield 5. They had them all plastered in slightly smaller font behind that. I'm like, you are literally outright mocking the people that complained about your game and then posting that to social media.
As if your game was a triumph when it is an utter failure right now. Not that it's a bad game, because it's fun. I played the beta, it was fun. But whenever your publishers fucking insult your fan base, and you insult your fan base, of course I'm not gonna fucking buy it.
It sucks. It really does, because Battlefield is such a good game. It is one of the best, most refined first-person shooters on the market. It really is. I don't think it's a stretch to say that. But
Yeah, it's one of the best first-person shooters ever.
first off, I started to not like it when I started having obscene numbers of issues with Origin. Origin on PC is a total train wreck. Aside from that issue, EA has terrible support for their game. And apparently, have I ever told you guys why Jared doesn't play Battlefield anymore?
They stole money from him.
His card information got stolen from EA.
Wasn't it like twice?
Twice. And he, like, all of his money was gone. And he emailed them. Fortunately, his bank, I think, covered the lost charges. But he emailed EA's customer support, and he's like, guys, this is like the second time this happened. They're like, have a $20 gift card.
Go fuck yourself. How about that? Jesus.
Yeah.
He's like, I literally lost hundreds of dollars because of this. And they're like, have a $20 gift card.
That is horse shit.
Yeah. It's what people are now realizing is like EA they haven't changed in like the past 15 years. They're just everybody's just now realizing what they're doing.
They don't care about their customers. That's the shitty part about it. Like, they don't care about the people that are buying their games, and that is awful because some of their games are really good. And it really doesn't bode well. You remember, we were talking about this a while back, Anthem? That game looks awesome. People aren't going to buy it because EA.
Yeah, because EA.
It's doomed.
And that game has so much potential. BioWare makes such good games.
True story.
And EA is going to plague the rest of their games.
Yeah, the way the industry is going right now really, really makes me sad.
They're whale hunting.
Yeah, it's fucking shitty.
And I feel like EA, I hope that EA sets the precedent of companies to not be like. And
I mean, they've been voted like the worst company in the world.
You saw that.
In a row.
You should research their stockholders. Like, just before the launch of Battlefield 5, they lost a shitload of stockholders. Like, their stockholders are like, I want out.
Yeah, it's bad when people that don't play games can't find profit in the company anymore.
I'm surprised they didn't lose all of their stockholders when they started insulting the people who buy their game.
I know, that right there.
Like, why would you keep stock in a company that insults its customer?
The consumer.
Yeah, insults their consumer base. Why the fuck would you ever think that's a good idea? I mean, god damn, dude. I mean, I haven't taken any classes in business, but I'm pretty sure business 101 is don't piss off your consumer base.
I mean, you're taught from a child that everybody in the universe that works is in the world of business is taught the customer is always right. And while that may not always be really true, you don't ever flat out go, anybody who thinks otherwise is ignorant.
Yeah, if you think otherwise, you are ignorant and don't buy the game if you don't fucking like the direction we're taking it in. It's just like, all right, motherfucker. I fucking won't, bitch.
All right, I won't.
I wonder if that guy, when the game launched, he's like, oh yeah, we're going to have a smooth launch. And a week later, when he saw sales were down 63%, he's like,
here's my
They had an office meeting, like, guys, we have too many servers. There's not enough players.
It's like
you know what? This might be the first Battlefield game that hasn't had server problems on day one because there hasn't been enough people playing.
Yeah, no, they're probably...
Dude, have we talked about the Diablo thing yet either?
A little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
That was really bad. That was
man.
really bad.
We know you guys are huge fans of Diablo. We know you guys have been waiting. You've been chomping at the bit for the next Diablo installment. So guess what? We're here to tell you that it's here and coming to mobile.
No, like before that they started talking about everything's connected on mobile and the whole audience is like, wait a second.
They're just like, you had me. You're starting to lose me.
That's gonna be popping up on cringe compilations.
I'm gonna go ahead and put it's a little bit, it's an 8-minute detour, but it's definitely worth watching. I'll leave the mics on for this one just because I want you all to hear us laughing about this. So if you hear a little bit of an echo, I do sincerely apologize.
Yeah,
but
tell us if it starts to loop.
Is that the one?
Like that?
Is that the video by Blizzard?
No, this is
Okay.
the reveal.
No, because they fucking deleted it, remember?
Well, they deleted it, re-uploaded, deleted it, and re-uploaded it, so they reset the dislike and comments.
Oh my god.
But, you know, the internet being the internet, people kept finding it and doing the exact same thing. Who'd have thought?
Actually, I am going to mute the mics unless we have something to say, in which case I will unmute them. So here we go. Mute that and mute this.
Now I'd like to pass it to my personal spirit animal, the lead game designer, Wyatt Chang.
Hello, BlizzCon! BlizzCon, we love Diablo.
I love this guy. We love Diablo.
We love the way
Clearly you
Diablo
don't.
has brought millions of players around the world together to slay demons.
This is clearly his first press conference.
Our
too.
modern world is an increasingly connected one. Our mobile devices
This is
keep
where it
us
starts to go
closer
to
than
shit.
ever to our friends, family, and loved ones. So we knew we want to use mobile devices as the platform for a new Diablo game, because nothing brings a family together like slaying demons. But we want to do it in a way that's true to Blizzard, putting gameplay first. We want to do it in a way that feels
Maybe
right
it's going to be like an
for
additional
Diablo.
thing.
Is he joking?
We are making a full-fledged action RPG you can play everywhere with everyone. Now, I have a cinematic to show you, but first, allow me to set the stage. At the end of Diablo 2, Lord of Destruction, Baal had corrupted the World Stone. The World Stone is an object of immense power. It has the power to create worlds. The
Really?
World Stone was used to create Sanctuary. Baal, one of the primevals, had corrupted the World Stone, and that corruption threatened to echo through all of humanity,
No, please, no,
turning
please,
humans
please.
evil and violent. The Archangel Tyrael, knowing this, made the sacrificial decision to use his legendary blade Eldruin to shatter the World Stone. What happens next? Let's roll the cinematic.
You can't roll due to copyright. Snip.
Diablo Immortal. We are so excited about this game. Diablo Immortal is our chance to explore 20 years of untold stories that happened in between Diablo 2 and Diablo 3. What happened to Tyrael after the explosion of the World Stone? What was Deckard Cain up to during this time? Why did Malthael abandon heaven?
I don't know.
I want to be there for the founding of the Demon Hunters and the golden age of Westmarch.
I just like killing shit.
We'll have new stories for beloved characters. We've partnered with NetEase to create Diablo Immortal. NetEase has been a partner, a close partner of Blizzard for almost 10 years. And their passion, dedication, and expertise have allowed us to bring Diablo to mobile.
It's true.
Now, I know what you're thinking. You want to see some gameplay. So up next, let's have a look at what Diablo Immortal looks like in action. Let's roll it.
They're like, no, I want to see it on a different console. yeah, you thought this was a regular Diablo game? Oh yeah, it's still on phone. And this is normally when you would hear cheering. Look at how big that room is, and listen how quiet that applause is.
He's like looking
Authentic Diablo gameplay at your fingertips. We have new stories to tell, new skills for you to master. If you want to know more, we'll be back here on the Mythic stage in just a few minutes. For those of you who are here at BlizzCon, thank you. We are going to have... Sorry. We welcome you here to BlizzCon, and there has never been a better time to be part of this incredible Blizzard community. We have a demo of Diablo Immortal playable here on the show floor in Hall D. And for those of you watching at home, visit DiabloImmortal.com for more information about Diablo Immortal. There has never been a better time to explore everything that Blizzard has to offer here at BlizzCon and alongside the rest of this incredible Blizzard community. As you wander the show floor, take time to say hi to those of us here at BlizzCon. Everybody at BlizzCon wearing the blue crew shirts at Blizzard would love to say hello. Have fun, make friends, and have an epic BlizzCon. Thank you.
Oh, it didn't show the panel.
That's unfortunate.
Ah, that hurts me.
Oh wow.
My
I like how
left,
they
there
clapped
should
at
be
the end
Brandy,
just to be fucking
our
polite.
community manager. Brandy?
She's there. I can
Okay.
see her. She's
Oh, okay.
waving at you.
Awesome.
I can see her.
And then over here on the right, we have Caleb, senior producer on Diablo Immortal.
I've already cringed enough, man. I can't hear.
Somebody pick a side. I picked this side.
Over here? Come on up.
I lost.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
I want to know what happened to Druids.
What happened to Druids?
You guys skipped Druids in Diablo 3, and you guys skipped the Diablo Immortal.
Well, we are planning on adding additional classes over time. So, you know, Matthew got a vote, Chris got a vote, you have a vote. It's kind of a three-way tie. We'll see what happens next.
My World of Warcraft main's a Druid, so...
Oh, I see. I see how it is.
So how long has Diablo Immortal been in development, and how is it affecting other Diablo projects?
You may or may not have heard.
You want to take that one, or you want me to take it?
It's almost kind of memeable at one point, right? That we have multiple Diablo projects in the works.
Just like,
Diablo
I don't want
Immortal
this.
has been an idea we've talked about for a long time. We've been working with NetEase for almost 10 years.
Yeah, when's the next one?
Work with Blizzard for all of our games, and we're super excited about it.
Oh man,
I like
I'm getting heckled now.
Okay, my question is, do you have a time frame on when we will see this?
When it's ready, when it's
Oh
done.
my God!
usual
First
answer.
and foremost, hold on. I don't want to pause. First and foremost, you unveiled a game that nobody wanted, and then when the one person in the audience that was like, "Hey, I could maybe get behind this." When's it gonna be releasing? Whenever it's ready.
Didn't they steal that from? They stole that from CD Projekt Red. Because
Sorry.
Bounce over. Caleb, did we have a question on the side as well?
Because at the
Sorry
end
about
of
that.
you didn't see
Hey,
it at the end
so
of 50 minutes gameplay.
when you guys were showing off the sizzle reel for the classes, it started off with like a really
says-
high poly, hair flowing model that
Those are one of the little-
didn't appear to be in the game. Are those in cinematics, or was that just for that trailer?
The trailer actually, those are
all
in-game
cynical
models.
They're all
And they're
passive aggressive. I just can't wait for the
cinematically
one
using a
dude that's like,
cinematic
so is this an
camera,
early April
and
Fool's
that
joke?
is, the game running on a mobile device.
Are they going to appear any other time during the game, or is it just like a character select kind of thing?
Those particular sequences that you saw are character selection, and actually, if you go play the demo, you can see them running. We have the demo running here, and those same sequences are available to watch.
Awesome, thanks.
Or no?
Welcome.
No, we're not.
Monk.
Oh yeah, Monk. There you go.
The armor progression you showed, is that going to be a straight linear, or was it different pieces of gear supplied?
Okay, these people are actually enthused about the game. Fuck off. This is a piece of trash.
Well, that's a call
one of
player.
you
So it's
guys.
like he's trying to be excited.
Definitely, our plan is that all kinds of different legendary items can have their own unique look and not be part of a.
This
Hi
side.
guys. My question is, as a theory crafter, is there going to be anything for like a skill tree, skill set,
Shut
or
up.
anything like that? We'll be able to
Stop
get
asking
in and
valid
customize
questions.
how the spells will work.
Nobody wants to know this.
I was curious. I see a lot of mechanics that we've kind of been begging for in Diablo 3 in this. Is there any plans to make this playable on PC, or is this strictly mobile forever?
Are there any? The current plan is to be on mobile, both Android and iOS. We don't have any plans at the moment to do PC. Do you guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys
That-
all have
Everyone's got a
phone,
phone.
right?
You can play on your tablet too.
Yes, it's also on the Switch. You're right.
Hello.
Hi.
My question is, how hard can the content be in this game? A lot of players like to go on Infernal mode, hardcore, stuff like that. So
Do you
how
guys
hard
not
can
have
we expect
phones?
the difficulty curve to get in this game?
I have a phone, but I also have a $4,000
It's a little early
PC.
for us to give a definite answer, but I think the best way to look at it is.
Is there any chance that we might see that in this version?
Hardcore.
Oh boy.
We're excited about bringing Diablo to mobile.
Okay,
The
you've said that
reality
several
is
times.
that we're not sure that mobile platform is ready for the sort of hardcore situation where a disconnect or something could cause you to lose your account.
They don't even have the signature Diablo difficulty modes. What the crap? I don't even play Diablo and I'd be mad.
It's a casual Diablo game.
They're like, yeah, so the mobile platforms can't actually handle everything that we do in hardcore mode, so we're just not going to do it. So
it's not.
It's not coming to
really
PC.
a Diablo title?
It's not coming to PC
or
consoles, and
but the phones can't handle it.
Character. That said, we do like the high stakes nature of hardcore. If
season April Fool's, just was wondering, is this an out of season April Fool's joke?
That guy got more applause than the freaking developers.
Oh boy.
I'll say this. That guy was actually online. He before he got up there, he was asking people online, like, "What do you want me to ask them?" And that was the top one.
Nice.
So it was like that was on like everybody's mind as well.
Oh man.
And their response was,
No, it's a fully fledged Diablo experience on mobile, which everybody will get to play, and hopefully which will bring new heroes to Sanctuary, as well as welcoming our community back into it, and something we're very excited about.
I should say we're super excited about Diablo Immortal. We brought Diablo to consoles, PC.
I wonder how many times they can say it before they start to believe it themselves.
I mean, who are they trying to convince, honestly?
When you lie so much, you believe yourself.
Yeah.
Xbox, PlayStation. We're gamers. Everyone at Blizzard is gamers. We play games on all platforms, and we're really excited about making a new Diablo game for.
Look, everybody recently has tried making...
It's like, I don't fucking care how excited you are about this. Nobody asked for this.
So, look, here's my take on it. Bethesda made Fallout Shelter, and I think that was one of the first AAA titles to get a release. But it was a completely different game that was 100% geared towards the mobile platform, and it worked well on the mobile platform. And guess what? I didn't feel cheated. And guess what? They even made it a PC game.
And it was free.
And it was free.
And they didn't try and make oh, this is the main thing. They put this out as the final. This was like the final thing of BlizzCon.
Mm-hmm.
They tried making that the main attraction. They hyped up as a new Diablo thing, and everybody was like, "Oh, Diablo 4."
Diablo, and then they're like, get your phones out and get ready to play Diablo Immortal, and everybody's like,
what?
And the reason old school RuneScape worked well as a mobile release is because it's a point and click game, and they were also trying to capture their audience from 2007 who may have gotten out of PC gaming.
Welcome back, Nightwing.
There's like 10 skills that you can have equipped at a time or something like that on Diablo. How are you supposed to do all that with the fucking cell phone?
Yeah, seriously. It's a Blizzard game where it's like the whole bottom of your screen is skills and hotkeys.
We're losing the good developers, guys.
What's happening?
Like, we're losing the good ones.
They're either A, whale hunting, or they're trying to go after the younger generation. I think this is partially they're trying to go for the younger crowd that may not have a console.
Okay.
But their mommy and daddy bought them a $800 fucking iPhone.
Let's be honest though. I've tinkered with Diablo. I haven't played much of it. How hard is Diablo to run, really?
It's hard to say.
It depends.
Like what they were saying when you said to the higher difficulties. What?
Bring your mic in front of your face.
When you played at the higher difficulties, there's so many like little things.
What's going on, Nightwing? Welcome back.
I actually sometimes lag a little bit.
Interesting. I mean, still though, I feel like to sit there and this goes back to the whole topic of today's discussion, handling bad PR poorly. You do not, when somebody sits there and says, are there any plans to bring this to PC? Whether you plan to or not, you don't just sit there and tell them to the face, no, we don't plan on doing it.
And I mean, if you do that, and then the reaction is boos, you don't sit there and say, well, you don't have phones?
No, that's the worst part about it. They all booed, and he's like, what, you guys don't have phones?
And the one guy who's just like, so is this an April Fool's joke? And the audience fucking cheers him on, and you just go on to your regular schedule program. Oh, we're really excited about this.
Yeah, I know. It's like he pushes he has a little tape recorder. He's got a little tape recorder built into his back, and every time somebody boos or has a bad negative comment, he just pushes that. We're super excited about Diablo Immortal on mobile.
Yeah, it's gonna bring
so
many people together. The guy's just like, is this a joke?
All of those hardcore fans are the ones who are going to be wanting to play on the difficulty that the game can't handle.
Exactly. All those people that showed up to BlizzCon were like, oh, we're going to get some Slay Demons on Torment 10 again. And they're like, oh, yeah, about that, no.
Listen, man.
It can't even go to like the one below that. So it's
hardcore. It can't go to hardcore.
I haven't even played Diablo before, and I don't plan on picking up a mobile game for it.
Plus, I mean, not that this is a serious issue with phones getting a little bit more smart, but how big is that game gonna be?
Go find the Chinese knockoff, and I'll tell you.
Yeah.
No, seriously, that game. There was basically a Chinese knockoff of Diablo 3. They reskinned it and made it the actual thing.
It's just
and everybody was complaining. It's like, no, we built this from the ground up. No, you built the skins from the ground up and just pasted them over.
And I like that one dude. So how long has this been in development?
And how has this affected other titles? as in, basically, to deconstruct what he just asked there, he just asked, why the fuck are you wasting your time on this? And where's my actual game release? Where's my mainstay game release?
I'm surprised nobody went up there and asked. Maybe we missed it. It's like they went up and asked, like, all right, Where's Diablo 4?
It's like, it's about Diablo 4. Is this the big Diablo that you guys are planning on announcing? It's like, is this the one? Is there supposed to be an encore show? Like, you guys have an encore press conference with news outlets?
Is this the one, or should I go ahead and turn in my press badge now and leave?
This is a joke, right? After we get our laughs in, we're gonna go talk about Diablo 4.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And the sad part is that was it. That was like the last main thing of BlizzCon.
I like that dude. I feel so bad for the dude that was up there on stage, but it's so funny to watch how like he was expecting, like, he built into his speech. You could tell that he rehearsed that, and he built into his speech. He's like saying these high points, and he's waiting for applause, and he's just like,
it's like all I have to do is get a couple claps, and then I'll move on. And he sits there and looks at the crowd expectantly, and nothing fucking happens.
The pause is where he's just like, oh shit. They're supposed to be cheering.
And you could see him start to get more and more nervous. Like, you know, he starts kind of stuttering a little bit and like...
Who'd they say he was? Like the lead game designer?
Something like that. You want to know the best part about that? Like, the best way to relate to that, like, if I was to come up with a scenario that you could relate to as a person that wasn't at BlizzCon, imagine when a teacher in your elementary school or your high school class is really angry at a student, and she's getting real angry at the student and going off on him and telling him all these things, and then she says, go to the principal's office, and everybody's just sitting there like, is this really happening?
Or bad stand-up.
Or bad stand-up.
Oh, God.
So, what's the deal with airline food? Silence. Oh, tough crowd. Tough crowd.
I can't. But yeah, it all comes... I know we've talked about that situation before, but we never really got to show the footage. But now that we've seen some of the Q&A and some of the way I don't feel that they handled the crowd's reply very well.
And you remember what I was talking about, how they handled the videos?
Yeah,
right?
how you're deleting all the videos and at least...
deleting the videos so your dislike ratio isn't that fucking
Say
bad.
what you will about Activision and Call of Duty, but at least when Infinite Warfare...
It fucking once. They didn't delete it over and over again.
At least when Infinite Warfare launched and became like the most thumbed down video in YouTube, they're just like, yep, we'll own it.
We're gonna be known for something.
Yeah. It's just like, yeah, we fucked it up, I guess.
And then the people that developed Infinite Warfare saw this and they're like, hot damn.
It's like, at least we're not those assholes.
Yeah. And they deleted comments and deleted and re-uploaded the video like 4 times.
That's where you get into some really shady shit. Like, who's the, like, Red Dot or Playway Games, or who makes Car Mechanic Simulator 2018? When that game, Playway Games, when that game launched, there was a lot of bad feedback because it was broken, it was unpolished, it didn't work, and they had said a ton of shit that was going to be in the game that wasn't in the game. And people started commenting on the forums, and they were deleting the comments and banning those users from the forums.
Oh boy!
And Steam Workshop, people were then posting like, "Why did my post get deleted?" Yeah, I remember that.
Man,
can't do that. You start to dig yourself a grave, and that's a grave that you can't dig yourself out of.
If there's anybody here who's listening, who's planning on starting a business, make sure you have a good PR department.
Essentially, you don't even need a good PR department. Look at everything we've talked about today and do the opposite.
Yeah, look at that shit and just don't do that shit.
How about this? Listen to your customers. It's not that hard.
Yeah, it's not. And even if they...
You don't even have to listen to everything they fucking say. All you have to do is, like, take, like, maybe every third thing.
And be nice.
And, yeah, take every
Don't insult them.
Yeah, take every third thing they say and ignore the rest, and then people would be like, wow, they actually listen to their consumer base, when really, you only listen to a third of your consumer base. You know? Nobody else will fucking get that. And don't be super dismissive about everything. And don't lie out of your fucking teeth.
It's like...
It's not very hard.
The Bethesda don't do's, like the Bethesda do not do list is, we understand everybody's upset about the quality of the product they received from our collector's edition. Have $5 worth of in-game currency.
Before that, we understand you're mad. We're not going to do anything about it.
Yeah. And then you can...
And then it's just like, okay, never mind. Here's $5 of fake currency that doesn't matter to us at all.
Or you can look at the EA don't do list, and that's, well, if you guys don't like it, don't buy the game, and you're ignorant for thinking that you guys are right. Or you can take the Blizzard way and just be like, what, you guys don't have phones? Yeah, somebody needs to make that a t-shirt, have that lead game design who's just sitting there, kind of has that nervous smirk on his face, and he's got his hands all close to his face, and on the back it's just going to be like, what, you don't have phones?
Oh boy, it's so bad.
It's pretty bad. It's like a lot of your big games that came out recently have been doing terrible.
With the exception of Red Dead Redemption 2.
Hilarious PR disasters.
Because apparently the story's pretty good on that, which I can understand.
What's really unfortunate about that is I'd love to play that game, but I won't support Rockstar, and and it probably won't be on PC until no shit 2020. Yeah. Like, that's not an exaggeration. It took 2 years for the game to come to PC for GTA 5. If it's any indication, it'll be 2 more years for this game. But of all the games that I thought were going to get a fuckload of backlash from launch, I was convinced that Red Dead Online was going to be plagued with microtransactions because Take-Two said
Red Dead Online is having economy problems.
Is it really?
In beta. They didn't release it immediately. And also you have to remember, Red Dead Redemption fans are different than GTA fans.
Fair.
Red Dead Redemption, the first one, was a good game. I liked it.
Well, I have Red Dead Revolver for the PlayStation 2, which was the very first Red Dead game, and that was played ages ago. I've heard a lot of good things about Red Dead Redemption, and to be honest with you, I've heard a lot of good things about Red Dead Redemption 2. I haven't really heard much on the multiplayer things, but I was convinced it was going to be doomed to fail because of the microtransaction craze that started with GTA 5.
It's still in beta, but apparently the grind is just as bad, if not worse, than GTA Online.
Yeah.
That's not going to fly long.
I was talking to somebody at work, and he's like, his only complaint was how hard it is to get money.
Yep, and that's my only complaint with GTA 5 Online.
And they actually did it differently. Instead of like shark cards where you get regular currency, they have a premium currency. Gold bars. Who'd thought? But you can earn it. It very rarely.
See,
there's something like you get like 10 to 12 like gold nuggets per like race or PvP match or whatever, but it takes like 48 or something.
And that's the
thing. One gold bar, but then it takes like 50 or something 30 or 50 some odd stupid gold bars to get a weapon skin.
That is where people will race to the front lines to defend Rockstar about that stuff. They'll be like, look, you can just spend a couple hours in the game and make money doing executive VIP missions, and then you could buy the new car. I'm like, okay, so I need to spend 8 hours of my life to buy a fucking virtual car. You mean to tell me that I need to work a full day's worth of work in a video game? And it's not even that the grind is bad. It's that there's literally nothing eventful about it. It is not fun. Sea of Thieves is literally a game revolved around grinding. But guess what?
Fun.
Every time you play, it's different.
And it's fun unless you're doing merchant missions.
Yeah.
They changed that.
Yeah, I like the cargo runs a lot better, but still.
Well, now you've got those mermaid statues that drop gems that you can sell to any faction, so.
Yeah, that's true.
But
the cargo runs make it to where you only have to think about it.
Yeah.
Like you can be doing something else and just have it on board the ship and deliver it. So.
But yeah, and of course, the inflated prices from base game, whereas like you'd earn, I think somebody said it's like their main complaint was like you'd earn like $2.50 from a stupid mission and something would cost you $2.
Yeah.
And it was like food.
Well, and like with GTA 5, you would earn like 10,000 for a mission, but after you take away the expenses of ammo, you really only get like $4,000. Maybe. I'm like, that's not right. That's not right. just drop your prices or make the missions reward more. One or the other. And then the game would immediately lose all of the backlash that it's getting for being plagued with... We're getting into microtransactions, and we're already 7 minutes over, and I'm sure people are hungry. So if we get into the microtransactions thing with Rockstar, we'll be here until tomorrow.
I think we spent an entire podcast on microtransactions once. Let's not do that again.
Yeah, but I do think of all the podcasts that we've had in a while, this is probably one of the more rich conversation pieces because we've had so much to talk about. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign everybody off. It does look like I don't work tomorrow morning. I thought I did. So
I don't either.
I will be on late playing something tonight, and I will likely be streaming it. So just keep an eye on the channel later this evening, and we'll see what happens. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see y'all later.
See you.